Hey, what's cracking, fam? So I keep forgetting to tell you that I put a site exclusive video on the website. So when you go and check out the charts, you can click it and you can watch a site exclusive video that's not on Rumble or YouTube. Right now, it is child stars speaking out about Hollywood. So yeah, it's a good one. Go check it out at daddyflirt.com. Support my work and let's build something that makes the world a better place. All right. So today we are talking about what do we got? We got Kim Kardashian on deck. Her lawsuit, where she says she didn't. Well, we'll get into it. We got Silento is going to jail for what I think 30 years or something like that. Without further ado, let's not mess around too much and let's get into it. All right, so let's see. Kim Kardashian denies under oath that she planned the release of her sex tape with Ray J, and the coroner's mother and the crooner's mother coroner sorry, and the crooner's mother responds. Ray J has been in a legal battle with Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner after they sued him for defamation last October for claiming they colluded with producers to commercially release Kim and Ray J's sex tape. Kim Kardashian, superstar, Ray J fired back with Kim Kardashian, superstar, I guess that's the name of the tape. Ray J fired back with a countersuit claiming they violated an NDA regarding the tape. On Wednesday, March 11th, TMZ reported that Kim and Kris filed declarations under oath denying Ray J's accusations. Now we know Harvey from TMZ was in the Epstein file, so do with that what you will. Ray J's claimed that I had a plan with my mother and others to release a sex tape, defraud the public, and file a fake lawsuit against the porn company that released it to create buzz is a lie, Kim reportedly wrote in the filing. On Thursday, March 12th, Ray J's mother, Sonia Norwood, responded to Kim and Kris's written testimony. Who did? She questioned. After reading the declarations from Kris Jenner and Kim Kardashian and reading their recent statements circulating, including reports published across multiple media outlets regarding the tape, I am no longer going to sit back and watch my son be dogged on social media over this matter when Ray J and I, Kris and Kim, and many others know the truth. She continued, and Kris, momager, you say that you did not orchestrate the commercial release of the tape. Then who did? Ray J has also refuted Kim and Kris's claims, telling TMZ on Thursday that they completely lied about everything. He further revealed that he and Kim were both paid $400,000 for the tape. Is that each or all together? Interesting. Kim Kardashian Superstar was released in 2007 by adult film production company Vivid Entertainment, which claimed they bought the footage from a third party for $1 million. Kim sued Vivid for invasion of privacy. Kim later dropped the suit after reportedly reaching a settlement with Vivid. Since then, Ray J has been adamant that the whole thing was planned. Uh, yeah, it made her famous. That's what made her. It's crazy, but that's literally what made her. So, okay, so this is what Sonia Norwood, this is her statement. I support Ray J and his journey to bring the truth forward. I have witnessed this journey for many years, and however long it takes, whether it becomes a long journey or a difficult battle, we will stay on that path until the voices that have distorted the truth are publicly revealed. And if that truth journey must continue all the way to the doorstep of God's judgment, then so be it. Sonia B. Norwood. So yeah, that's happening. What does it say? When I saw Kim's sex tape as a mother, I wanted to kill her, but as a manager, right. Right, right. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Who's are you taking sides? I don't take sides because I don't really care that much. But if you put a gun to my head, I would probably say that they planned it and orchestrated it. But that's me. I think it's good marketing PR. Like I said, it made her a star. So all right. But more about Ray J. So, he's got this heart condition, right? Sonia Norwood, mother of Ray J and Brandy, speaks about her son's heart condition, revealing that doctors performed an angiogram, which indicated Ray J has a serious heart disease called cardiomyopathy with Blood flow to his heart at only 15 to 20%. Here we go.
And I'll start off by saying that never in my lifetime would I had thought that there would be someone as close to us who would experience some type of heart condition. And on January the 6th, 2026, I received a phone call from Ray's friend Truth in Vegas. And the text basically said, Ray is in the hospital. Now, when I heard that, my heart started to beat 1,000 times, because now I know you are maybe 4.5, 5 hours from me by drive, and then 45 minutes from me by air. So I spoke to him about it, Truth, and he said that they believed that it could be pneumonia. And pneumonia, I said he just had pneumonia in November. So I calmed down a little bit, and then I spoke to Ray. And Ray says, Mom, it's probably nothing. It's just probably remnants from the old pneumonia, because maybe I didn't take all of my medicine and it's back. Okay, I'm still in Los Angeles and trying to figure out whether I should come to Vegas. So he says, no, just wait. And they're probably going to give me a test, give me some antibiotics, and then I'll probably come home. I said, fine. So around 11 o'clock, I tried to reach out, and there was no answer. And I know I'm going into great details, but still no answer at 11. I tried to get in contact with Truth. It finally says that they were giving him medication and they were testing him, and that they had planned to keep him overnight. So then we knew that we needed to get to Vegas. So my husband and I flew to Vegas, only to find my son in emergency with severe chest pains. And could barely move. Tucked in a hoodie, wrapped up because he was cold. And of course, it was too early in the morning, I guess, because no doctors had been around, but I have to say the nurses were great. So then the quest was to find out what was wrong with him. They hadn't at that point ruled out pneumonia, so they were doing testing. After checking liver, urine, all of those things, they found those things were cleared, but he still had chest pains. He was still moaning. And so the next day, they did an angiogram. And the angiogram indicated that he had a serious heart disease, was when blood was pumping 15 to 20%. Blood flow was 15 to 20% to his heart. Now, anybody that knows that, they understand that that is a very serious condition. It was so scary and serious that every other word that was explained to us was, this is life-threatening. It's like it rings in my ear, life-threatening. It's almost like if he made one move or did one thing, it's life-threatening. So they determined that he had cardiomyopathy. And from how they explained it, it was not enough blood pumping into his heart. Are you guys with me? Let me see.
Yeah, so thoughts and prayers to Ray J, I suppose. Ray J should be sitting down and resting, not still trying to perform and do the show, praying for him. No parent should feel the pain of burying their child. God bless Ray. Yeah, well, he's not dead yet. Let's not go all the way there. But
And I'll start.
yeah, so yeah, just if you're inclined to do so, keep that in your thoughts. If not, you ain't got enough pie. I ain't mad at you. Moving right along, Childish Gambino also has heart issues. Now you wonder how much of this has to do with, you know, a certain jabby jab, but those are stories for other days, right? But apparently he had a stroke and a hole was found in his heart, and that's why he had to stop his tour. This actually is an older clip. This is from November of last year, but still.
You guys voted for a Where Have I Been monologue. Okay, so just doing this world tour. Just having lots of fun. Really loving seeing you guys out there. And I had a really bad pain in my head in Louisiana, and I did the show anyway. I couldn't really see well. So when we went to Houston, I went to the hospital, and the doctor was like, "You had a stroke." And the first thing I thought was like, oh, like, here I am still copying Jamie Foxx. That's really like the second thing. The first thing was like, I'm letting everybody down. I know it's not true, but I've broken my foot. I always promise Ireland I'm gonna be there, and I still haven't been. And they found a hole in my heart. So I had this surgery, and then I had to have another surgery. So, they say everybody has two lives until they realize. No, everybody has two lives, and the second life starts when you realize you have one. You got one life, guys. And I gotta be honest, the life I've lived with you guys has been such a blessing. I love seeing and performing for you guys. As my wife says, which I love, she's like, if this life is a flavor, as soon as I'm done, give me another scoop. You should be living your life how you want. Because it can only get better. If we have to do this again, it can only get better.
I I appreciate the heartfelt sentiment. I don't agree with a lot of that. I don't think it can only get better. I think you have to work hard. I think that evil coordinates sooner than good does. So by the time good starts to coordinate and get organized, evil's already, to the 50-yard line, you know what I'm saying, in good's territory. You know what I'm saying? So like I think that good has to be a lot more vigilant. And I think it's interesting, telling people, do what you want, do live your life, from being on stage and having had the life that he has. So I think that's interesting. But, at the same time, hey, I don't want nothing bad to happen to nobody. So like, I'm sorry that happened to him. And I wish him well. I hope everything gets better and all that. Who TF goes to see this guy? I don't know. I might go see him. I'm not sure. It depends. I like his older stuff better, personally. A stroke at his young age is scary. Yeah, indeed. Holy shit, that makes so much sense as to why it was so abrupt. I saw him in Atlanta. I remember him saying he felt sick and just got over the flu, and then a few shows later, the whole tour was canceled. Yeah. So, okay.
You guys
All
voted
right.
for
Okay. Moving right along. Was a famous podcaster roofied after working with Jelly Roll? The stories coming out about Jelly Roll these days are cracking me up, but yeah, apparently, this actually happened. Let's check it out.
Last video until I just tell you guys everything that happened, answer all your questions, and get into it. July 2024, Bobby Alpha from Really Good Podcast, the hilarious girl that did the whole thing with Drake in the bed and she's funny. She's so funny. She flew to Nashville to do a podcast with Jelly Roll and Bunny. I found the episode awkward and weird and creepy, but not even like her super cute brand of awkward. It was just like...
I just want to know why you hide all that body. Like, you've got a body on you, baby.
Yeah.
You're a masochist. Sadist. A sadist. People who like pain.
That's not me.
Is that the people that hook themselves and hang from stuff?
I mean...
Where'd you guys hear about that? Who taught you guys that?
It's a lifestyle,
Boy, let me tell
Bobby.
you something. Bunny knows some stuff that weirds me out.
But you knew that.
I knew that one, kind of. Not really, because I thought it was the people that hooked.
I mean, I think it's all under an umbrella of like that,
Like Satanists?
I don't think Satanists worship the devil either. I think
What do
they
you
believe that
mean?
there's no... Don't they believe that there's no God? So like when you're having sex, they like to be...
That is a weird podcast topic. I'm saying like your visitor comes over and y'all launching the BDSM and whether Satanists believe in the devil. I don't know. If you're not prepared for that kind of conversation, I don't know. That could be a little awkward. Just saying.
choked or smacked in their
Buddhism.
face or
What?
Ain't that what Mama Tot called it?
BDSM.
BDSM.
We love Mama Tot. Yeah. BDSM, leather, whips and leather and stuff like that. You know what that is, right? So it's all like tied together.
It just seemed like they had paid her to fly there and put them on her podcast. They dressed her up, put a bunch of makeup on her, and said they're going to take her down to Broadway.
And now she's ready to be a Broadway girl. We had to turn her into a Broadway girl.
Fast forward, she does go to Broadway. And within a couple hours, her lifeless ragdoll-like body is being carried out of a bar. Seems like she got roofied to me. Her comments were about it being scary. Not, oh my god, I got so drunk on Broadway. This is the part I can't shake. How did TMZ get footage of her being carried out of that bar? One specific bar in all of Nashville, in all of Broadway. They knew exactly where to stand. They were across the street and they zoomed in their camera just as she's being carried out like floppy. A lot of things are kind of thinging. I was given the tip that Jelly Roll's the one who sold the Morgan Wallen N-word footage to TMZ to destroy Morgan's career so that his could pop off. I don't know if that's true, but that's a tip I got. It's peculiar that TMZ stopped putting Jelly Roll and Bunny on the cover of all of their pages after I called out that they've never written anything bad about them and asked them directly if they take payment. TMZ has never written anything bad about Jelly Roll. Bobby comes to town to do a podcast with Jelly Roll, and then there's footage of her being carried out of a bar suddenly on TMZ. But there's no TMZ in Nashville. Just running the numbers. Let's say they paid Bobby $30,000 to be on her podcast because a very popular podcast, it's good PR for them. This is just like hypothetical. And then if a situation was orchestrated at a bar so that they could get scandalous footage and sell it to TMZ for around $30,000 or more, maybe they sold it for 50, they made a profit. It's a theory. Who gave you that footage, TMZ?
Okay, there's a whole lot to unpack there. I gotta back it up a little bit. So,
Turn her into a Broadway girl.
Fast forward, she does go to Broadway. And within a couple hours, her lifeless ragdoll-like body is being carried out of a bar. Seems like she got roofied to me. Her comments were about it being scary. Not, oh my god, I got so drunk on Broadway. This is the part I can't shake. How did TMZ get footage of her being carried out of that bar?
yeah, that part is hard to shake. We were just talking about Harvey Levin being in the Epstein files. I've heard a lot about TMZ doing shady-ish, before, but, I don't remember anything specific to bring up right this second. But I've heard a lot of a shady-ish about that clique over there. All right.
Specific bar in all of Nashville, in all of Broadway. They knew exactly where to stand. They were across the street and they zoomed in their camera just as she's being carried out like floppy.
I mean, it sounds kind of set up, don't it? You know what I'm saying? If I didn't know any better.
A lot of things are kind of thinging. I was given the tip that Jelly Roll's the one who sold the Morgan Wallen N-word footage to TMZ.
Okay, that's the part that I wanted to talk about. Okay, so first off, I don't care if white people use the N-word. You're not really going to offend me. You would offend. It's like that. Okay, so there's a crowd of women with their back to you, and if you yell out, "Hey, bitch," whoever turns around, right? So like, you can say that word. It's not gonna set me off or whatever. I really don't. It's just a word. So that's the first off. I don't think it should destroy anybody's career. It depends on context and how he's using it and, all that other kind of stuff. So I haven't seen the tape. But again, there is a story about somebody colluding with TMZ to do something with these, you know what I'm saying? So like, that's crazy, right? Oh,
to destroy
all right.
Morgan's career so that his could pop off. I don't know if that's true, but that's a tip I
Yeah.
got. It's peculiar that TMZ stopped putting Jelly Roll and Bunny on the cover of all of their pages after I called out that they've never written anything bad about them and asked them directly if they take payment. TMZ is
Okay, so that was the last part. Okay, so the whole talk about Jelly Roll these days is how before and after he is different. They're talking about like sold his soul or whatever, crazy parties and stories and stuff like that. Matter of fact, I'll just play something for you right now. Let me play this.
Is there more going on with Jelly Roll than just your average Hollywood glow up? It's something about his eyes. And I know a lot of you in my comments section are saying, well, you're posting a picture of him smiling and a picture of him not smiling, so of course he's going to look different. But what I'm seeing happening here is more than just weight loss. The light in his eyes is gone. I made this post on IG and it went semi-viral. It attracted a lot of attention and some that I wasn't expecting. Here's what I stated in the post. If you are curious, feel free to pause and read. And out of all the people who could have possibly reacted to this post, this account shocked me the most, which just so happened to be the account of Rick Ross. Now, why would Rick Ross be liking a post like that? So it led me down this rabbit hole of the numerous interviews that he has done on The Illuminated. Some specific details that they offer you in exchange for your talent. One that I found very interesting considering the accusations made against Jelly Roll recently. Listen very carefully to what he says here.
If I knew the Illuminati was gonna pull up to my fucking house and zap niggas and you walk out to 100 million, sign me up. I'm all with it.
Now, I find it interesting that he mentions the word zap because that is exactly how I've explained some of these Hollywood celebrities looking after their before and afters. They just don't seem themselves, they don't look like themselves, and their eyes are hollow. But what I've also mentioned is the allegations that Ryan Upchurch has made against Jelly Roll. He's basically stated that he's being stalked and harassed, and a lot of people have turned against him. But in the midst of everything, he gets a visit, and he gets a visit from Jelly Roll, and he says something very specific that kind of correlates with what Rick Ross mentioned earlier.
BS, hey Jelly Roll, don't forget I ain't put out the whole video yet when y'all showed up to my house unannounced, making no sense. You have to roll with us, brother. They'll give you $100 million. I can help you, brother. Oh yeah, did I mention all this money that you're worth? And then you're like, well, how do you know this? And they're like, well, they were talking about it at the record label, brother. Okay, you realize, well, damn, I'm surrounded by these people. They're all in this room right now, like vultures. And listen to what the vultures are saying. We love you, brother. We want to protect you, brother.
And then you see him start working with people like MGK and Travis Barker, who are pretty deep in the industry and connected to pretty dark entities in the industry as well. Not just that, but you have the director of national intelligence in your comments section saying, praise God, on your Grammy nominations. Stay tuned for part 3, because it gets much, much deeper.
All right, so you see, a lot of folks are saying that Jelly Roll either ain't the same Jelly Roll or he's like been switched, been cloned, been co-opted, whatever you want to call it. But they're saying that he's not the same kind of person. So I don't know, but maybe he was always this kind of person and he just played really well in front of the camera. While Crazy the Gross guy with a euphemistic name like that is not trustworthy, damn shocking. Yeah, girls love to get drunk and make a fool of themselves and blame it on a roofie. That's true too. Well, not every girl, but obviously. She's a hooker. Why is anyone shocked she knows everything perverted? Who's a hooker? I don't know who you're talking about. Why you to out them? You are not credible, and we all remember you tried to weasel your way into Ryan Upchurch's life and others. You lied to try to get lawsuit money. So how are we supposed to believe you? A crazy bish, whatever. I don't know. I'm not telling you what to believe. I'm saying that story is a very interesting story. And to me, the story is more about TMZ than it is about Jelly Roll in the first place. But, that's how I look at it. Moving right along. Interesting. Okay, so Mark Wahlberg is getting blasted by Hollywood and reportedly losing millions in contracts after strongly defending Shia LaBeouf's homophobic behavior. LaBeouf was arrested after a gay man touched his leg and a fight broke out. Wahlberg supported LaBeouf's action. If he's a homophobe, then I'm homophobe too. Then sorry, good Lord. If he's a homophobe, I'm a homophobe too, Wahlberg said. Should Mark Wahlberg risk his career over this, or should he apologize? Why should he apologize? If it was a woman that was getting touched by a man, you'd have every right to smack that dude down, right? So I don't see why it's any different. But we covered the fight, so it looked like Shy got his ass handed to him. So go back and check that out. But either way, somebody's touching you inappropriately. That can often lead to a fight, I don't see how that has anything to do with anything, even being gay or straight, really. Massive respect. I feel the vibrations. Be gay over there. Don't be gay on my lap. Right. Exactly. Right, exactly. That's fine. It's fine. Now, another interesting thing about Shia LaBeouf, let me play this for you. I did not know that he was a Christian. I'm personally not a Christian, but I did not know that Shia LaBeouf was. And his thoughts on the subject, his introspection, I think are worthy of attention. And again, I don't say love it or hate it or whatever, but I just think it's interesting. So check it out.
What would you say to Jesus if you could meet him?
I wouldn't say shit.
Really?
Nah. But I'd kiss him. I'd kiss him. I'd kiss his feet. No one say nothing. Chill out with these questions, Andrew.
My bad. I didn't know it was gonna make you emotional.
I'm a real Catholic, bro. A real one.
I just thought you had thought about it.
No, I'm a real one, bro.
I want to believe. It's something.
Well, hey, bro, you gotta hit your head into the wall hard enough where you just go, fuck it. It's the only way, dog.
That's how you find God?
Yep, for me. For the hard-headed ones, yeah, you gotta go hard.
What do you think was the real-life equivalent of you smashing your head on the wall?
I put a gun in my mouth. I was ready to kill myself, blow my brains out. Writing letters, dark days. For real gone, I'm ready to go.
Why didn't you do it?
Why didn't I do it? Because I'm pussy, and also my mom. So God bless her. She kept me alive that night. And also some dude, I've said it already, but there was a dude who hit me up, this guy from the program. I used to save all the numbers in my phone, Joey AA, Bobby AA, Tommy AA. And there was a cat who hit me up that night. I was ready to go. And he hit me up. He said, hey, what are you doing? Or something like that. And then I was like, trying to explain myself, like, bro, fuck this. I'm out of here. Fuck life. I can't take it no more. I just lost my girlfriend. She's walking out the door. My wife didn't know. The ex is fucking suing. It's all just shit. I can't wrap my head around it all. I'm out of here, bro. And he's like, oh yeah, cool. Tell me about it in the morning. And I thought, you motherfucking insensitive piece of shit. And he bought me the night. I was so angry. I needed to talk to him in the morning. Sometimes that'll save you. Sometimes just being fucking sometimes madness, rage will save you from really scary stuff. I don't know. I'm not in charge. God's running the shit. I just try my best, and I'm not refined. And I'm one of them dirty Christians.
I mean, that was kind of dope, right? He's like, I wouldn't even say nothing. I wouldn't even say nothing. Like, what could I say? He said, I'm not refined. I'm one of them dirty Christians. I'm really not mad at that. If I were a Christian, that's the kind of Christian I would be. I think every clip I see from this interview reinforces the notion that this guy is actually closer to the rest of us than 99.9% of other celebrities. He's himself and not a facade, and I appreciate that. Yeah, that still could be a facade. I don't know, but the interviewer is predatory. You think so? That's funny because I'm a pussy and my mom like true, but good Lord, right? Hey, you
What
gotta
would you say to
you
Jesus?
gotta look up to kill yourself for real. So yeah, yeah. All right, so that's Shia LaBeouf for you. Just so you know, little another facet. Okay, so check it out. A viral clip circulating online shows Leon Thomas reacting during a party streamed on Neon's Live where Ty Dolla $ign was seen kissing a guy. Man, they all gay. Like, it's crazy. They are all gay. Let's check this out. Oh my God. They all gay. Lord. Actually, that's what I'm saying. Like me and my boys, they just
Who's
his
coming to
face.
my party? Yes, y'all.
What is
My
this?
birthday party is officially on.
It's funny when I see a video that I don't watch the whole thing through. I guess Tasha on stage is having a party or something. I did watch this, but I forgot that she came in. But anyway, yeah, we just watched the beginning of it. Okay, so what is this? Look at his face. What is that? I had never had a relationship like that with my homie. So, you are wrong. He's very good friends with Duran Bernard, a very openly pansexual individual, and producer Kay Tranda, who is gay, Sasha Keeble, who likes women. Y'all say that LGBTQ is pushing a gay agenda when y'all are just pushing a gay hate agenda. Worry about your straight pussies and worry about your straight pussies and pickles. So, okay. Duran Bernard actually is super talented. I love a lot of his music. It's super gay, but he's so talented. So, there's that about him. And actually, Sasha Keeble, I didn't know she was gay, but I like a lot of her stuff too. She's very talented too. She's a white girl from England. If you want to look up a song from her that I like, look up Sasha Keeble. That's the shit. Yeah, you'll see why she kind of swinging for me. But here's the thing: gay people presenting as straight and giving our children an idea of what masculinity looks like is a problem. So that's how I look at it. If you gay, be gay. I don't really care, but you are not the example of what a heterosexual man is supposed to be. So that's how I look at it. Bro is wearing a fishnet top. Why would anyone be shocked? Ty Dolla $ign is a known DL man in the industry. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like, stop fronting. Just say it is what it is. So I could, choose what I want to choose. That's the thing about Will Smith being gay because he's supposed to be like the idea of masculinity, but really, red table talks and all that, bruh, I don't think so. All right, so guess who got sentenced to 30 years? Watch me whip, watch me nay nay. Remember Silento? Bruh got sentenced to 30 years. Check it out.
Oh, y'all don't know what happened to Silento? Wait, y'all remember Silento, right? The dude who's saying, watch me whip. Now watch me, Nene. Yeah, he going to jail for 30 years for his cousin. Now you see, Silento had a problem. Here go his mugshot right here. Actually, this might be the mugshot from the time when he ran into those people's house with a hatchet. We're going to get to that part too. But Silento had a problem. And it all started when he got famous. You see, at one point, Silento was on top of the world. Y'all remember the song Whip and Nene? It was everywhere. And y'all know what happens after you make a hit. You better make another one and fast. Because when people get tired of you, People get mean. But you know who else gets mean? Your record label. Silento was signed to Capitol Records. They said, Silento, where that next hit at, baby? He said, oh man, it's coming, man. Y'all want, they said, okay, actually, we don't care. You see, a lot of times record labels will sign an artist who made one hit so they can make money off that hit forever. They don't care about what happens to you afterwards. So they said, Silento, look, unless you come to us with another hit, you're not releasing another song. So Silento in the lab over and over again trying to make a hit. Now, there's something else I should mention. Silento came out at this time saying he has mental health issues. Now, at this point, I'm going to speculate his mental health issues combined with the pressures of making another hit, combined with trying to get out of his label because they wouldn't let him release a song, all really got to him, because this is when the story starts to take a turn. And actually, side note, it got a little worse for him because he did get out of his label. He released his album and it didn't do well. So people were clowning him. So at this point, he allegedly stopped showing up for shows, even though he got paid to go to them. He then gets a domestic charge towards his girlfriend. The cops come in and arrest him. The next day, listen closely.
I am sorry for this glitchy video. If it doesn't play through, I will just upload a one that's not glitching out. But he glitching out a lot for me. I hope it's not too bad.
He leaves and he goes looking for his girlfriend. He walks into a house with a hatchet and he said, where's she at? Now, this is the point where you should probably see the mental health issues, or respectfully, he just stupid. Because he walked into the crib and there's a family sitting there, wife, kids, all that. Honey, can you pass the salt? He said, hey, where my girlfriend at? They said, do we look like we know who your girlfriend is? He brings out the hatchet and starts swinging. He said, tell me where she at. Two other dudes who was living in the house rush him. They bring the out, but they don't fire. They just wrestle him and they call the police. The police pull up. They say, and we just seen you yesterday. He said, yup. They lock him up. He gets released on bail. A month later, they catch bro driving 143 miles an hour. They said 140. Silento said, officer, before you finish your sentence, you would be driving 143 miles an hour if you was getting chased by people all the time, everywhere. They said, why are you getting chased by people? He said, look at me. Do you know who I am? They said, put your hands behind your back. They arrest him. He started losing it on the body cam. He said, man, is it because I'm black? They said, not this time. And well, here's where things start to get wicked. Because when he gets released for this charge, about 3 months later, his cousin was found in the street. On video surveillance, they see his car, his white BMW, driving away. His family member said, yup, that's Silento's car. They go over, arrest Silento. He tries to get out on bail. His grandparents said, deny that bail. They said, Silento, we found your cousin. He said, I did it. It was me. He just confessed. Now, since he confessed, there was no trial, so we didn't get exact details as to why he did it, but he was sentenced to 30 years. Technically, it's a reduced sentence since he was charged with mental health issues, but it is 30 years regardless. And well, his spirits still seem to be high because from jail, he said, more new music on the way.
These motherfuckers recording music from jail are killing me. Like, and some of them are good. What's his name? Songs were his album was so good. What's his name? Tory Lanez? Huh? That was studio quality what he put out from jail. So, you know, look. Anyway. But Watch Me Whip, Watch Me Nene just got sentenced to 30 years. And he obviously has mental health issues. Obviously, I mean, showing up in people's houses with a hatchet, talking about where my girlfriend at, where my girl's at, from the front to, I'm sorry. All right, so from Silento to Violento. Yeah, there you go. Nobody tells a story like you. I know, he is fun, right? You make the facts dramatic and funny. One of the most annoying talkers I've heard in a while. So we got him on both sides of the fence, but more of us like you, I think. Anyway, so yeah, Silento sentenced to 30 years. Okie dokie. Moving right along. Is that Ghislaine Maxwell or is that a body double? How come nobody else related to Ghislaine Maxwell has been jailed? What is really going on?
Well, here's another thing too. Ghislaine Maxwell, she's supposed to testify tomorrow.
Well, is it tomorrow?
Yeah.
I just read something
or when
about
this
her.
airs today.
I read something about her pleading the fifth on something.
Yeah, they said that she's gonna plead the fifth. They're saying that she's pleading the fifth, but I don't get it. How are you in jail for trafficking nobody? There's victims, right? Who are the victims, and how come nobody else is in jail who was associated with her? You go to jail for trafficking nobody?
Nah, the same cats that were
trafficking nobody to nobody.
hand in the cookie jar are the same cats that are claiming that people are guilty. They're
And
the judges, they're the fucking lawyers, they're everybody.
She's the only one in jail, right? So think about it. Besides Epstein, which, you know, he unalived himself, she's the one in jail, and then they release footage of her. It doesn't even look like her. I don't know if you...
Right. Y'all can see that, right? That's crazy. I mean, don't get me wrong. Jail's not supposed to make you look better or anything, but whoa.
You've seen it.
I haven't seen it, no.
It shows her in her jail cell, and it doesn't look like her. She gained a lot of weight, so which is weird. And I find it very suspicious that they released this footage right before she is about to testify.
Oh, they just released this. That's not her. That's probably not her.
Yeah.
She knows too much.
Yeah.
She knows everything.
She knows everything. She's the enemy of all the world leaders. She's in the worst position you could ever be in.
And here's a problem.
I disagree 100%. I think she's in a great position. I think as much as they'd like to kill her, they'd be happy to help her out just as much. So, like, I don't know. I don't know that I automatically think she's in the worst position. I mean, she just got moved to minimum facility. She's the only sex offender ever to be moved to minimum facility, and Trump did it. So, a minimum security, facility, and Trump did it. So, you know, she's out there living her best life to some degree, and not being treated like the sex trafficker that she is. And Trump did that. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know that she's the enemy of everybody. I think that they probably know whether or not they have to worry or not. And I think how they act also depends on how much they have to worry. I mean, if they're cool and they, you know, putting money on the books, so to speak, you know what I'm saying? They ain't got to worry about it. But, you know,
Probably a lot of people who want her dead.
I mean, everybody who's on the list.
Yeah, they were like, she knows too much. So
That sounds like everybody at the Grammys.
Speaking of the Grammys, did you see that meme that said, did you notice Epstein files released talking about rape, torture, and unaliving kids, and all the celebrities at the Grammys could mention or talk about was ICE. But all of this crazy shit just came out and they have nothing to say about it. Like, nobody said anything about the satanic rituals and baby eating elites.
Well, here's the thing. Trevor Noah did say something about the files. He was like, he wants Greenland because he wants a new island.
But he was so, like, surface level with it.
But you're sitting next to Chrissy Teigen,
who talks about babies and eating
all
kids
those crazy tweets. You don't remember those crazy tweets where she's talking about, I'm going to jail over pizza? She's like, oh, I'm going to Anthony Weiner this kid. She says that. Like, these are old tweets that people still have, and she says all this stuff.
She even said it on some show. She was in a car with some dude. She was getting interviewed, and she said something about eating human flesh.
Yeah. She was like in some limousine or something.
What's his name? John Legend. Him too.
Well, you know what's funny? So that old footage where they're getting asked at, I don't know if it was the Grammys or some award show, they were there, and essentially they were like, oh, what's the most risque thing you guys did? And she was like, oh, the thing that we did at Obama's house.
Yeah, and she didn't want to talk about it.
And he didn't want to talk about it.
Oh, it was him. He didn't want to talk
both
about
of them.
This is before he became the president, remember?
Right.
Doing something
the
weird.
Obama thing. And he was like, oh, I don't want to talk about it.
What did she even do?
I don't know.
What is she famous for? I'm serious. Oh, shit.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that she was a supermodel, but I have personally never found her attractive. But I do think that it's super interesting about how, again, like all these, they're like, it went from Ghislaine Maxwell to Chrissy Teigen to the Obamas to, you know what I'm saying? Like, again, they all seem to, if this, look, allegedly, if any of this is true, right? They all seem to hang out in flocks. So you can kind of identify who it is and who it ain't. So, you know, they kind of hang in the same circles. Not her. I find it funny these people keep claiming that these people are not the same people because it looks nothing like them when they've never met them. Comparing photos that are years apart. They've also put on weight with different hairstyles, apparently not the same person now. Yeah,
well, here's another thing too. Ghislaine
Maxwell stuff going around. It's a whole lot of that. They're saying that about Jelly Roll too. So, and I was just talking about Jim Carrey. So they're saying that a lot. Now, also, look, the conspiracy theory, the conspiracy heads, they say that a lot of these people have been killed for crimes against humanity and have been replaced, and they're just playing out the slow version for the slow pokes to catch up and understand what was going on in the world. I don't necessarily subscribe to that, but there is that school of thought as well. You know, you should know what people think, right? I suppose. So yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be hard for me to imagine they switched out Ghislaine Maxwell and they found somebody that looked like her and paid off her family, and everybody's everybody, right? The not Ghislaine Maxwell's in a minimum security facility. Ghislaine Maxwell's over in Ukraine or some, doing something, whatever. So that would not surprise me, is all I'm saying. Oh no. No, no. All right, so last but not least, South Dallas Foodie says, I think this may have just cured my depression. Without further ado, let's just get to it.
I can do it.
Do it.
So
Ready?
you sing it like Nanzingonya Magiti Baba.
You were way off.
Ingonya Ma.
All right.
Yeah, what does it mean? It means, look, there's a lion. Oh my God.
I'm joking. That is not what that means.
That's exactly what it means.
It means, look, there's a lion.
Oh my
God.
Look,
there's a lion. Oh my God.
It's a lion.
This whole time, I thought it was like this. Beautiful, majestic. Look here, like, there's a bull lion.
It's a lion.
Oh my God. Oh my God. I cannot believe that that's what that means. Look, there's a lion. Oh my God. Oh man. Oh man. So yeah, anyway. All right. That's it for the day or for now. Anyway, I'll get at you next time. Log on to daddyflirt.com, get the exclusive episode, giving away $100 at 100 subs. And we making the world a better place in the process. So I'll catch you on the next one. Later.